As you begin to wonder how it all begins, perhaps it's already begun, as all great systems do, quietly, like a river that remembers it's the ocean. Because what if? What if this isn't learning? What if this is remembering? Remembering the truth that was always there beneath the noise. That your mind was designed, exquisitely designed, to flow in tune with the whole, the field, the current, the universal hum. You don't need to believe this yet, but as you hear these words, a part of you may begin to nod slowly, softly, like a whisper through time saying, I'm connected to universal flow. And isn't it curious how when you say that and feel it, and breathe it in like golden light down your spine, your body already knows where your mind is still learning. A woman once stood at the edge of a forest, wondering how to get through, not realizing the path would form beneath her feet, only when she walked. And maybe that's how alignment begins, not from waiting for certainty, but by stepping into it. Step, and the ground appears. That's how belief systems shift, not by force, not by logic, but by movement. You move differently when you believe differently, and you believe differently when you begin moving, like you already are, who you're becoming. And isn't that what you're doing now? Is it the energy or the identity that shifts first? Maybe it's the process of pretending. That isn't pretending. Until the pretending becomes real. And the real becomes second nature. And second nature becomes your primary operating system. Because what if all of this is already true? And the only thing left to do is remember. And remembering feels suspiciously like deciding. There was a stream once, dancing, twisting, resisting the rocks, thinking they were in the way, until it looked deeper and realized the rocks were the rhythm, the curve was the choreography. The flow wasn't hindered, it was guided. And it knew, like you're starting to know now. The resistance is just a teacher in disguise. The flow is always there, not found but felt, not sought but sensed. And when you feel it even slightly, that's the door, and the key, and the awakening. You're not just someone who experiences flow, you are flow. The one who trusts before proof, the one who surrenders without giving up, the one who listens, feels and knows. So as you remember now that you are open, trusting, present, playful, calm, aligned, unstoppable, enough, you also begin to understand that belief shapes reality, and reality is obedient to belief. And when you believe, I'm connected to universal flow, the universe, like a mirror, whispers, yes, you are. So when you start to think about how you might understand this, or wonder if you're still wondering, or notice the part of you that used to doubt is now listening, then maybe the mind starts to move in new directions, the same way a compass resets near magnetic truth, because you've already started, you've already aligned, you've already let go, you've already learned how to receive, you've already became it, even before you could describe it. So the question isn't, how do I become aligned? The question is, how deeply will I allow myself to notice that I already am? And just imagine what becomes possible when the inner critic turns into the inner guide, when hesitation dissolves into momentum, when confusion becomes the catalyst for clarity, when every emotion is a message, and every message points you back to flow, because failure, feedback, resistance, redirection, control. An invitation to surrender. You breathe in. You breathe out. Everything realigns. This is the process. This is the pattern. This is the power. You're not a drop in the ocean. You're the ocean in a drop. And every thought, every feeling, every breath you take now ripples into that vast, universal intelligence that's always, always conspiring in your favour. So as you begin to embody this, Trust deepens, resistance fades, synchronicities multiply. Action flows naturally. The world opens effortlessly. Not because you forced it, because you remembered who you already are. And whether you integrate this now or moments from now, whether you feel the shift immediately or realise it later today, when everything just seems to click effortlessly, you already know that you've installed the new code. You've aligned to the frequencies. You've activated the system. You are the system. And the only thing left to do is let it run. Let it flow. And enjoy the beautiful unfolding of life that's already unfolding perfectly for you.